anyways, man, what's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy, Jay Willie Silly, man, aka Mr. Take It Easy. Before you end up like Beezy, make sure y'all follow my Twitch, man. Subscribe to my second channel. Everything you know about your boy Jay is in the description down below. You know what I'm saying? But we got 5 absolute steals of the 2026 NFL offseason. And if y'all do not know, the free agency does end like July-ish. You know what I'm saying? Mid-July-ish is when free agency ends. So free agency is still underway. You know what I'm saying? So I just want everybody to know that free agency is still underway, and hopefully we pick up an O-lineman. Word on the street, we're talking talking about Christian Wilkins. So, hopefully we pick up a D lineman or an O lineman in the draft. You know what I mean? But if we just wait for the draft, I'll be cool with that. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, I feel like we had a top 5 free agency. That's just how I feel, honestly. Getting Tremaine Edmonds, a top 10 linebacker in the league. You know what I mean? Getting Isaiah Likely, and getting the best punter, in the league, man. And, I just feel like we made a lot of good moves. Getting Greg Newsome. I don't feel like the Jacksonville Jaguars used him right. When he was actually under a good defensive coordinator, he actually thrived beside Denzel Ward. So it's going to be an exciting season, man.
Every single NFL offseason, the same thing happens. Teams fall in love with names.
It just does seem so crazy, given this amount of money, given this type of injury
Y'all done effed
that
up.
sometimes athletes really struggle to come back from.
Y'all done effed up.
We're going to break all of it down. The 5 best value deals of the 2026 NFL offseason and the 5 biggest ripoffs. Value, Kyler Murray, QB, Minnesota Vikings. While Kyler Murray's stock is just about as low as it's ever been, the Vikings still have to be thanking their lucky stars that they're able to bring in the former first overall pick, given the price tag that they got him at. 1 year on the veteran minimum. That is what the Vikings paid to bring in a former top overall pick, a dual threat quarterback, and a much-needed insurance policy to avoid spending another full season watching J.J. McCarthy looked lost behind center. The Cardinals released Murray after he landed on injured reserve with a foot injury last November. But because
let's keep it real though, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's keep it real. When has the Cardinals ever built it around Kyler Murray? I feel like this is the first year that Kyler Murray actually has a true number 1 option. Keep it real, y'all. The quarterbacks always get blamed for the organization mistakes. It always happens like that. The quarterback, even when it came to Daniel Jones leaves the Giants and thrives with the Colts. It's always nobody always looks at it. It's never the organization that people look at. It's always the player. What are you supposed to do? I mean, shoot, like I said, if you're a good quarterback, Kyler Murray was a decent quarterback for the freaking Arizona Cardinals. You know what I'm saying? For me, I ain't gonna lie, I still think Daniel Jones is BJ a little bit. I don't think he just, when Daniel Jones started playing a little heat, Daniel Jones started slacking at the end. He started kind of looking BJ, looking like himself again. So I'm just saying, for me, honestly, I still think Daniel Jones is BJ. That's just me. But Kyler Murray really always been a decent quarterback. You know what I mean? He ain't really been that bad. Honestly, you feel me? I think people forget that year where he led the Cardinals to the playoffs. He had good years with the Cardinals, but shoot, you can only do so much. But Kyler Murray ain't that bad, bro.
Contract still had fully guaranteed money left.
Kyler Murray gonna be a
doesn't get to just
upgrade.
Walk away from that obligation. The Cardinals are still on the hook for the bulk of his contract, so Minnesota was able to scoop him up for literal pennies on the dollar. The injury history is real, and nobody's pretending that it isn't. But that's a risk Minnesota has taken for $1.3 million. I don't think that's a gamble. That is just like a free lottery ticket with some real upside attached to it. So if Murray stays healthy, this is the steal of the entire offseason. And if he doesn't work out, well, hey, they cut him and they've lost basically nothing. Rip-off, Daniel Jones, QB, Indianapolis Colts.
I told you.
There's no denying that Daniel Jones looked like a man revived last season before he went down with the injury. But, context kinda matters here, and there's no doubt that the devil is in the details, which is why so many eyebrows were raised when the Colts gave Daniel Jones such a large contract, considering he's currently recovering from a torn Achilles. And, of course, just how much of his game relies on his mobility. It's fair to say here that
all right, we're not gonna act like Daniel Jones wasn't playing against garbage teams. I want y'all to go look at the Indianapolis Colts versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. He looked terrible. You know what I'm saying? He looked for real terrible. So, he was doing this against terrible teams. I'm going to keep it real with you. And a way better supporting cast, way better O-line, way better weapons. But when he faced good teams, Daniel Jones looked BJ. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I'm just not on the Daniel Jones trade, on the train, Daniel Jones train, bro. You know what I'm saying? He said beat the Broncos. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, Crimson, don't say nothing to him. You know what I'm saying? He just wanna, you know what I'm saying? He wanna get smacked. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, like I said, Daniel Jones is BJ to me. You know what I mean? He had a good but I said Daniel Jones was gonna, try his best to he fooled us in 2022. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? One thing you gotta understand, he fooled us in 2022 too. The same way he fooled us in 2022, he gonna fool y'all. You know what I mean? I just think bro played bad on purpose. And then when he get to contract year, he just explode. He fooled us too. That boy getting banked. That boy's pulling off robbery.
Colts were in a difficult position. The transition tag that they placed on Jones created leverage issues. But the follow-up question is one that nobody in Indianapolis seems to want to answer. Who else was bidding for Daniel Jones? Who was the competition that drove this price tag to the largest two-year deal in NFL history? The Achilles compounds everything. I mean, a torn Achilles for a quarterback who relies on mobility is one of the more serious injury concerns that you can have entering into a season.
I'm so
the
glad you
recovery
don't.
is typically
So
a full
glad.
year. Indianapolis is going to spend most of 2026 managing his workload and hoping that leg holds, all while paying him like he's already proven
So
to be
glad.
a franchise cornerstone. When in reality, he's had 7 or 8 good games? This guy has not proven himself as a franchise QB. He has proven to be a solid backup and a capable game manager. And, I don't think that's worth $50 million guaranteed. Value, Mike Evans, WR, San Francisco 49ers. Evans signed a 3-year deal worth $42.4 million in base value, with incentives that push it toward $60 million if he earns them. That base number is extraordinarily reasonable. Now, the caveat is real, and we're not going to bury it here. I mean, last season, Evans dealt with hamstring and collarbone injuries and played just 8 games. The guy turns 33 in August. There's a version of this deal where the injuries have piled up, and the Evans that San Francisco is getting is not the Evans who dominated for over a decade in Tampa Bay. That is a very legitimate concern. But considering Evans forwent the hometown discount in Tampa and signed with the 49ers for less money, San Fran should be feeling good. Real good. Rip-off, Kenneth Walker III, RB.
How was that a ripoff, bro? You know what I'm saying? How was that a ripoff? You know what I mean? I mean, they needed a running back desperately. Super Bowl winner, Super Bowl MVP. I mean, bro, Kansas City hasn't had a running game in so long, bro. I feel like this was a good pickup, bro, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, Kenneth Walker, that guy, bro. Finally, Patrick Mahomes has a running back that can be a factor, bro. Man, been rocking with Kareem Hunts and P. Rons and Isaiah Pacheco's for I don't know how many years.
Good. Real good. Rip-off, Kenneth Walker III, RB.
I mean, you're right. They could have drafted Jeremiah Love. You know what I'm saying? They could have drafted Jeremiah Love, but why take a risk on the draft pick? You know what I mean? It's like, okay, now I got a proven running back. Why take a risk on the draft pick where you don't know he going to turn out to be that? You know what I mean? And then you still need a wide receiver 1. You know what I mean? So they signed a proven running back that we know he's going to produce. And then with that pick, they're going to get a wide receiver 1. I mean, I'd rather take Kenneth Walker than Jeremiah Love. Because look, how do we know Jeremiah Love going to be excellent in the league? How do we know that? You know what I mean? I mean, go look at Notre Dame's schedule. I mean, Notre Dame play easy competition. You know what I mean? It's different running that ball in Notre Dame and then running it in the league. It's totally different. You know what I'm saying? It's totally different. He was facing a lot of teams that a lot of them players ain't going to get drafted. You facing Hall of Famers. You facing players that got families to feed. Ain't going to be so easy. Ain't going to be all that little, you know what I'm saying? Ain't going to be so easy in the NFL. So I'd rather get a proven running back, you know what I mean, than somebody that I have to second guess.
Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs needed a running back. Here's the problem, though. 3 years, $43 million is kind of buy-high territory on a running back who just had the biggest stretch of his career and its money committed to the one position in football where value craters the fastest. Don't get us wrong, Walker is explosive when he's on, but consistency has been a bit of an issue throughout his career, and the Chiefs are now paying him like he's the version that dominated the playoff stretch rather than the guy who disappears for 4-game stretches during the regular season. Not to mention, running back contracts at this price almost never age well. And in Kansas City specifically, the offensive line is going to make whoever takes handoffs look better than they actually are. They probably could have found competent production at the position for significantly less money and just allocated those resources somewhere else. Value, Kobe Bryant, safety, Chicago Bears. This one does not have the flash of some of the other moves that this offseason has had, but hey, it's exactly the kind of signing that builds a real defense. 3 years, $40 million.
The Giants need to be in here. I say it likely needs to be in here.
The Bears had both.
But I ain't gonna lie, I reacted to you. I reacted to you a lot, TPS, and I'm not gonna lie. I feel like you a op. You know what I mean? Because I've never seen you say anything good about the Giants. Like I've seen you say just straight dirt about the Giants. So if the Giants not in here, it's gonna be a problem.
From last season hit free agency, which left a significant hole at the back end of a defense that was already trying to find its identity. They needed a real answer, and Bryant is a real answer. Here's what the tape says. Bryant played a pure deep safety role in Seattle last season, lining up at the position on 94% of his snaps, which was third most among all safeties in the league. His on-ball production was outstanding, and he just now is starting to really enter his prime years. I think it's fair to say that it's hard to separate what Bryant did individually from the benefit of playing in a well-organized Seattle system around elite teammates. And that's gonna be the real question here. But I mean, at 13,
let me go home.
Around elite teammates. And that's gonna be the real.
Why they're on bro cheat. You know what I'm saying? They ain't Kobe. Beats and stunky and cheat. You know what I'm saying? Somebody tell me why you look like Theodore. You know, I gotta say Theodore, golly, Kobe got stung by Colin B. You know what I'm saying? What's going on with Kobe Faye?
Question here, but I mean, at $13.2 million per year, the Bears are paying for certainty. Rather, they're paying for a high probability.
We got some big cheeks, man.
Reasonable price for the position. Chicago needed a cornerstone at safety. This signing gives them one, and you know it doesn't break the bank getting there. Rip off Trey Hendrickson, edge. Baltimore Ravens.
Right.
The Ravens backed out of the Max Crosby trade due to alleged medical concerns, and in doing so, they saved 2 first.
Let me hear that again.
Off. This signing gives him one, and you know it doesn't break the bank getting there. Rip off Trey Hendrickson.
That's what I was saying. You know what I mean? I said it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I said it. No, I said it was a ripoff. I said it. But Baltimore ain't win nothing this offseason. Baltimore ain't win a dang thing. You know what I mean? Them boys has lost this offseason. It was the most lost offseason team I've ever seen. They didn't know what to do. They ain't know, man. Do we keep Max Crosby, man? Them folks accepted Max Crosby. They seen that cap. They seen that cap hit $30 million. You take the cap hit of $30 million. Okay, we got to do something shady. We ain't got the money to pay this mother up. You know, we got to do something shady. Yep, something wrong with you, Max, man. Something wrong with you. We can't take this trade. Something wrong with his knee. Whole time the doctor said that he was good. You know what I'm saying? Something wrong with his knees. No, you just couldn't take that cap hit. He didn't want to take that $30 million. You feel me? But this was terrible. I mean, you let all your players go, literally. You know what I'm saying? He had a terrible offseason. Trey Hendrickson, I'm going to keep it real. I wouldn't spend that much money on Trey Hendrickson. I mean, godly, he's only a 4-time Pro Bowler. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? He's a 4-time Pro Bowler. You said Jalen Hawkins, freaking mid, whoever the freak that is. I don't even know who the freak that is. You know what I mean? But, yeah, man, Tyler Linderbaum, Patrick Ricard, Isaiah Likely. You know, you lost so many good pieces. Darius Washington, lost your all-pro punter. Oh, my God, you lost so many dang pieces.
Edge, Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens backed out of the Max Crosby trade due to alleged medical concerns, and in doing so, they saved 2 first-round picks and preserved significant draft capital. The problem is what happened next. 4 years, $112 million, $60 million fully guaranteed.
That's
for
great.
Trey Hendrickson. Look, Hendrickson is a good football player. The man can get after the quarterback, but here are what the numbers are missing.
You said Washington is terrible when he literally started for y'all and was one of the best defensive safeties before he got an Achilles. How is he terrible when he barely played? He was undrafted. He was undrafted. You know what I'm saying? He was literally one of your best defensive players. He had a breakout year before he got injured. What are you talking about? He barely played any games before. What are you talking about, bro? You know what I'm saying? He was trash when he came back. He didn't play no games like that. What are you talking about? He came back dang near the freaking back of the season. He started playing good. What are you talking? Hey, bro, don't try to lie to me, my boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it. Don't try to lie to me. He was literally a starter. You know what I'm saying? Please don't try to lie. Don't try to lie, bro. You know what I'm saying? He got injured with Achilles, bro. He came back like end of the season. You know what I'm saying? I'm dead serious too, bro. What are you talking about, bro? He barely played any games. What are you talking about? Talking about he was trash, bro. He barely played any games, bro. What are you talking about, bro?
Hendrickson is entering his age 31 season. He played just 7 games last year before landing on injured reserve. He has never been able to stay healthy for a full season consistently. And most importantly, he is at his best roughly 75% of the player that Max Crosby is. He is a liability in the run game, whereas Crosby is rock solid in all phases. Look, you gotta respect that the Ravens.
No, I'm saying I don't know why the Ravens gave this man that much money. Like I said, Trey Henderson, he cool, bro. But he ain't worth that much.
Middle of the table.
I'm gonna see.
I don't know if this was.
I don't listen to Raven fans. You know what I mean? I don't listen to Raven fans. You're delusional. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, John Harbaugh's the problem. You know what I mean? Everybody suck when they leave y'all. Ravens, but he swear they cream of the crop. John Harbaugh's the problem. John Harbaugh sucked. Patrick Ricard sucked. Who else? Isaiah Likely sucked. You know what I mean? Darius Washington suck. All of them suck. You know what I'm saying? Everybody suck with that lead the Ravens. You know what I'm saying? Everybody suck that lead the Ravens. Everybody. You know what I mean? Everybody leave right. None of them good. You know what I'm saying? None of them. John suck. Isaiah Likely suck. Patrick Ricard suck. Darius Washington suck. All of them suck.
Right move. Value, Caleb.
I don't take y'all serious, bro.
Edge, Washington Commanders.
I'm taking Baltimore Ravens.
The Commanders signed Odafe Oweh to a big money contract. They went out and added a second edge rusher at a fraction of the price, and this might actually be the smarter of the 2 deals. Chason broke out last season with 7.5 sacks for New England after managing just 10 total sacks across the first 5 years of his career. His pass rush win rate coming off the edge was way up last season. And while he's not a franchise cornerstone, 1 year at $11 million? Heck, you're not paying for a superstar. You're paying for a legitimate pass rusher who just had the best season of his career. The bet that Washington is making here is very reasonable. Ripoff, Wan'Dale Robinson, WR, Tennessee Titans.
Oh, word up. I'm so glad, bro. We got Calvin, we got Austin, you know what I'm saying, and Darnell Mooney. You know what I'm saying? Darnell Mooney is better than him for half his price. They got $78 million guaranteed. I don't know who the freak he thought he was finna get. You got two better wide receiver twos better than him. You know what I'm saying? Like what the freak he thought, bro? You know what I'm saying? Freak bro thought.
It's very reasonable. Ripoff, Wan'Dale Robinson,
what the freak he thought.
WR, Tennessee Titans. The Titans had $90 million in cap space coming into this offseason. That kind of financial freedom is genuinely rare in the NFL, and it should be used to build a foundation for Cam Ward to grow in, not to massively overpay a middle-of-the-road receiver. 4 years, $78 million. Now, to be clear, he is a good receiver, but woof, $19.5 million per year puts him in the same neighborhood as receivers who can align outside and win against top corners in the league. Sorry, but Robinson has never done that. His entire value is predicated on being a nice complementary option. A couple of big plays here and there, but he's never had to be the guy. That's like, I don't know, a 10 or 12 million per year player, not 19.5 million. Look, I get that Tennessee was looking for a wideout to help facilitate Ward's growth.
Not even a wideout, he's a slot.
I don't know if this was the move. Value, Jamel Dean, CB, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Freaking slot.
3 years, $36.75 million with $12 million guaranteed for a cornerback who led the entire NFL in coverage DVOA last season. Now, the honest caveat here is that quarterback statistics are, well, notoriously inconsistent year to year. But regardless, Pittsburgh needed cornerback help, and they got the best available option at a number that doesn't crush their cap flexibility moving forward. Rip-off Michael Pittman Jr., WR, Pittsburgh Steelers. Picking up Pittman via trade for essentially a late-round pick swap was smart roster management. The extension, though, that's a different conversation. And 3 years, $59 million for a receiver who's coming off a down year? Can he handle volume? Can he win on the outside against top corners consistently? Can he be the guy?
Wow, Isaiah likely not being on here is crazy.
He's going to be asked to step into that role.
Isaiah likely not being on here? That's crazy.
The answer is
I've been to it, though. I've been to it.
The trade itself? Smart.
How you gonna say
the
literally like what?
Per year for an unproven number one. Yeah, that's the part.
That's literally like one of the best free. He was literally like a top free agent in the league. You know what I'm saying? But you're not gonna put. That's what I be saying, bro. This little TPS dude, bro. He literally like one of the top free agents, bro. Isaiah likely was a top free agent, bro. He was way better free agent than Michael Pittman Jr. All these guys you naming, bro. Isaiah likely was above them in the free agency, bro. How you not gonna name one of the best free agent targets, bro? What are you talking about, bro?
Pause. But hey, which do you think
look,
has been the best value deal so far this offseason? Which has been the worst?
I'll be saying, like, you ain't gonna say nothing about the Giants. You feel me? How we signed Isaiah Likely. You ain't gonna say nothing, but you gonna say everything else, bro. You gonna say everything. You ain't gonna talk about rip-off. You gonna talk about rip-off how the Raiders freaking signed Tyler Linderbaum. You know what I'm saying? To that massive contract.